Hey there, coin enthusiasts! Welcome back to the channel. If you're a fan of numismatics or just love learning about coins, you're in the right place. In today's video, we're going to take an in-depth look at the USA half-quarter dollar from 1977. Ever wondered about its circulated value, history, and significance? Well, you're about to find out. Before we dive into the specifics, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell for more amazing coin content just like this one. Alright, let's kick things off by talking about what makes the 1977 half-quarter dollar unique. First things first, let's clear up a common misconception. The coin you're probably thinking of is the USA quarter dollar, not the half-quarter dollar. It's an easy mix-up, but in fact, there is no half-quarter dollar. As a standard issue, the coin in question is the 1977 USA quarter dollar. This quarter features the famous George Washington portrait on the obverse side, and on the reverse, we have the eagle holding arrows and an olive branch, with a banner reading E Pluribus Unum. This design has been used on U.S. quarters since 1932, and it remains one of the most iconic and enduring coin designs in American history. Now, let's talk about the circulated value of the 1977 quarter dollar. To understand its current value, we need to take a look at the mintage and circulation history. In 1977, the U.S. Mint produced millions of quarters, including a few varieties from different mints: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Total, the 1977 quarter dollar had a mintage of over 490 million coins, with most of them being produced in Philadelphia and Denver. The San Francisco Mint struck some proof coins, which are not typically found in regular circulation, so, with a mintage that high, you'd think these coins would be pretty common, right? Well, they are. The 1977 quarter is still very much in circulation today, though it's not as frequently seen as the newer ones from the past few decades. Now, let's get down to the important question. What's the 1977 quarter worth in circulated condition? Let's say you found a 1977 quarter in your pocket change. If it's been in circulation for years and shows signs of wear and tear, it's likely worth just the standard 25 cents, because after all, it's just a regular circulation coin. However, if you happen to come across a well-preserved 1977 quarter, maybe with little to no wear, it could be worth a little more to collectors. A coin in excellent condition can go for around $1 to $2, but keep in mind, the real value comes from collectors looking for higher-grade examples. If your 1977 quarter is in mint state, meaning it looks practically brand new, it could fetch a price closer to $3 to $5, depending on its specific condition and any rare features like striking errors. Now, you might be wondering, what about the proof coins? These are special coins produced for collectors, and they usually have a higher quality and finish compared to regular circulation coins. In 1977, the U.S. Mint also produced proof quarters at the San Francisco Mint. These are typically housed in proof sets, and their value is much higher than regular circulated coins. While the 1977 proof quarter might only have a mintage of a few million, they're generally valued at around $5 to $10 for those in excellent condition, though prices can rise if they are part of a complete proof set or have a particularly high grade. You're probably asking yourself, what affects the value of these quarters? Great question. The value of any coin, including the 1977 quarter, depends on several key factors. Coins in better condition, with minimal wear and clear details, are worth more. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin. While 1977 quarters are not especially rare, misprints, errors, or even slight variations in minting can make a coin more valuable. The demand for certain coins changes over time. If a lot of collectors are seeking 1977 quarters, prices might rise. Coins with minting errors, like double strikes or misaligned dies, can also be worth more to collectors because they're unique and much harder to find. So, there you have it. The 1977 USA quarter dollar is a common coin with a circulation value of 25 cents. However, if you're lucky enough to find one in excellent condition, it might fetch a little more. And if you've got a proof version, especially one in high grade, it could be worth a bit more to collectors as well. Remember, the value of any coin can change depending on the market and demand. If you happen to find a 1977 quarter in your pocket change, take a close look at it. You never know if it could be worth a little more than face value. 1983. What makes this coin special, and what is its circulated value? Let's find out. Today, we're taking a closer look at the 1983 U.S. half-quarter dollar. Now, before you start wondering, yes, this coin exists, but it might not be what you think. The 1983 half-quarter dollar is often confused with the regular quarter, but here's where things get interesting. Now, let me clarify. In 1983, the U.S. Treasury did not actually release a half-quarter dollar. This term is sometimes used informally to refer to the quarter-dollar coin minted that year, especially among collectors. So, if you're hearing about a half-quarter dollar in 1983, it's really just another way of referencing the standard quarter-dollar coin, which continued its regular production cycle. So, let's talk about the actual design of the 1983 quarter. The front, obverse, features the iconic profile of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan. His image has graced the quarter since 1932, and it's been a symbol of American heritage for decades. On the reverse side, we have the eagle in full flight, which was designed by John Sinek, and it has remained unchanged since 1932. You'll also notice the words United States of America, E pluribus unum, and quarter dollar. Now, let's get to the heart of today's topic, the value of the 1983 quarter dollar. This coin, like most of the modern circulating quarters, has a face value of 25 cents when it's in regular circulation. However, if you're looking at it from a collector's perspective, the value can vary depending on the coin's condition. In 1983, nearly 700 million quarters were minted. That means it's a pretty common coin, and in average circulated condition, you'll usually see it valued around 25 cents, its face value. However, if you happen to come across an uncirculated or mint condition 1983 quarter, the value might be a bit higher. Uncirculated examples, those that have never been used in circulation, can be valued anywhere between 50 cents and a couple of dollars. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin. For instance, if the quarter is graded by professional organizations like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, with a grade of MS-65 or higher, you could see it fetching more in the market. Some rare examples of high-grade 1983 quarters have even gone for as much as $10 or more at auctions, but that's the exception, not the rule. Speaking of rare finds, if you're lucky enough to discover a 1983 quarter with a minting error, then the value could shoot up significantly. Some errors that might make a 1983 quarter more valuable include off-center strikes, double dies, or even coins with misprints. Collectors love these because they're unique and tell an interesting story about the minting process. Now, you might wonder, why would collectors be interested in something like the 1983 quarter dollar? Well, the answer lies in the coin's place in history. The 1983 quarter is part of the long tradition of U.S. coinage, and like other coins from certain years, it holds a certain charm for collectors looking to complete their sets. Whether you're looking to complete a series of Washington quarters or just like the challenge of finding coins in specific conditions, the 1983 quarter is an essential part of the collection for many numismatists. If you're out there hunting for 1983 quarters, here's a pro tip: make sure to check for wear and tear. The more worn the coin, the less value it holds for collectors. Also, pay attention to the mint mark, which can be found just under Washington's portrait on the obverse. Coins minted in Philadelphia won't have a mint mark, while those from Denver will have a D, and those from San Francisco will have an S. So, there you have it. The 1983 quarter dollar is a common, circulating coin with a modest value of 25 cents, but depending on its condition and any unique errors, its value could increase. Keep your eyes peeled for high-quality specimens or error coins, as those could be your golden ticket to a great addition to your collection. The 1983 quarter dollar is a significant coin in U.S. history, both in terms of its production and its place within the broader context of U.S. coinage. Here's a detailed look at the historical background and significance of this coin. The quarter dollar, often simply referred to as a quarter, has been a part of U.S. coinage since 1796. The design of the coin has undergone many changes over the years, but it has always represented a fundamental piece of U.S. currency, typically worth 25 cents. Throughout the 20th century, the Washington quarter, introduced in 1932, became the standard design, and it continues to be used today with modifications and updates in its reverse design. In 1983, the U.S. Mint continued to produce quarters as part of the regular coinage. This particular year was notable because it represented a period of transition and experimentation in the Mint's efforts to improve coin production and address issues related to coin usage. The design of the quarter did not change in 1983. It still featured the Washington quarter design, George Washington's profile on the obverse and an eagle on the reverse, designed by John Sinek. Total of over 800 million quarters were minted in 1983, with the Philadelphia and Denver mints being the largest producers. This made the coin relatively common in circulation and easy to find in typical change. Like the quarters produced from 1965 onward, the 1983 quarter was made primarily of clad copper nickel. The coin consists of an outer layer of 75% copper and 25% nickel, with a core made of pure copper. This composition helped to maintain the coin's durability while being cost-effective for the U.S. Mint. The year 1983 was significant for the U.S. economy as it marked the tail end of a severe recession. The U.S. had faced high inflation and unemployment in the early 1980s, but by 1983, the economy was beginning to recover. This period saw the Reagan administration's economic policies, often referred to as Reaganomics, begin to take effect, helping to stabilize the economy. The U.S. had been facing a shortage of smaller denomination coins, especially pennies and nickels. There was also growing concern about the cost-effectiveness of minting coins due to rising production costs. The Mint began experimenting with new technologies and production methods during this time to streamline production and improve coin efficiency. When it was first released, the 1983 quarter was just another standard coin circulating as part of U.S. currency. There was nothing particularly special about it in terms of design or rarity, so it quickly became a regular part of everyday transactions. However, as with most coins, 1983 quarters became a part of collectors' sets over time. While these coins are still in circulation today, the 1983 quarter has gained some interest among collectors due to its role in the history of U.S. minting practices and because of its presence in certain mint condition grades. The 1983 quarter is often viewed by collectors in a similar light to other quarters from the 1980s. Common but important for completing a collection of U.S. coins from that period. Collectors are particularly interested in finding high-quality, uncirculated examples of the 1983 quarter, as these can command higher prices than circulated versions. However, the coin is not considered a rare find by any means, and in terms of errors, some 1983 quarters do exist with minting. These types of error coins are of particular interest to collectors, as they often fetch a premium due to their rarity. While the 1983 quarter doesn't have the same cultural significance as certain other U.S. coins, such as the 1964 Kennedy half-dollar or the 1976 bicentennial quarter, it still represents a critical point in U.S. history. It is a representation of the time when the country was recovering economically, and it's also a reminder of the consistent design changes made to U.S. coinage to keep up with the changing needs of the economy and society. Today, the 1983 quarter dollar continues to be a coin that is often passed through daily transactions. It is common to find in change, but it still holds a place in the hearts of coin collectors. Many collectors seek out 1983 quarters to add to their collections, especially those looking to complete the set of Washington quarters spanning from 1932 to the present in terms of its value. While the 1983 quarter dollar still holds a face value of 25 cents, uncirculated coins and those with minting errors can hold more significant value in the numismatic world. The 1983 quarter dollar is a part of U.S. coinage history that represents the era's economic challenges and the continuous effort to improve minting processes. While it may not be rare or highly valuable in its regular circulated form, it holds a special place for collectors and anyone interested in the rich history of U.S. currency. Whether you're a casual collector or a numismatist, the 1983 quarter is an essential piece of the American coinage puzzle. Thanks for tuning in to Yamara. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more coin-related content. And as always, leave us a comment below if you found any interesting 1983 quarters or if you have any questions. See you in the next video.